If a man knows that you have been promiscuous in the past, which means promiscuous in the past means that you've had multiple partners, and he may know some of the people you've been intimate with, or let's say he doesn't even know the people you've been intimate with, but he knows that you've been promiscuous in the past. He is not going to be happy with you if you don't give it to him on the first link. As a matter of fact, he might even resent you. Hello, my name is Edmund, and welcome to Impactainment Studios. My desire has always been to, create uplifting content. And, this vision began while I was on a vacation in Canada. And about 2.5 years later, here we are. If you're a fan of our work, please go ahead and like this video already. And kindly subscribe. Thank you. I'd appreciate that. So today I wanted to talk about something really important. I think we're gonna like it. Without wasting more time, let's talk about having an affair on the first link. In our day and age, it speaks volumes, and both genders think about it differently. Women look at it differently, and men look at it very intensely, actually. And there are 3 types of men, right? For a man who has issues with pride and ego, his reaction to this is different from a man who seeks to be an opportunist, or the third man who is genuinely interested in getting to know you, right? So let's start with the first man. The first man is pride and ego. If a man knows that you have been promiscuous in the past, which means promiscuous in the past means that you've had multiple partners, and he may know some of the people you've been intimate with, or let's say he doesn't even know the people you've been intimate with, but he knows that you've been promiscuous in the past. He is not going to be happy with you if you don't give it to him on the first link. As a matter of fact, he might even resent you for not giving it to him, because he believes and he thinks that he is entitled to it. In such a moment, he'll begin to question his game. He'll begin to question his riz. His ego will be bruised. Questions like, am I not good enough? Did I do something wrong? Why did XYZ or these anonymous people hit that and I can't? Don't make me unique. I want to be treated with the same level of special favors that all these other guys had. And regardless of, whether you as a woman have made that course correction to become a better individual with more self-esteem and control, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. With pride and ego levels this high, he believes he is entitled to that box. And such an individual, after spending a certain amount of money and time or resources and having to wait, will do whatever he can in his power to make you feel like you got it good with him. He will make you feel like this is the best decision. Make no mistake. That is his revenge. That is his revenge. And when you do give it up, he will rock you very well, and he will go ghost, because how dare you make him wait and do the most? That is the way a man who is moved by his pride and ego thinks. Man number 2 is an opportunist. The opportunist knows what he's doing, right? He is a pro or semi-pro. He's getting there. He will go with the flow of the night and look for signals from you, or try to create an opportunity to see if, he can get to it. Now, he may be actually interested in you, but you also have something that he wants. If you shut it down, he may say, it's cool, and keep it pushing. but he will definitely stay lurking till his moment comes. The longer you make him wait, the longer you withhold it, the longer his patience and affection for you is tested. Of course, in that period, you'll get to see if he really cares about you or if he just wanted something, right? And let me add to this. Women, any man that genuinely loves and cares for you will wait to get the box. If you even tell him he has to be at the finish line to get it. If he cares that much about you and he sees you in his future and he believes that you are his life partner, make no mistake, he will wait. But also just be aware that some men are interested and he can get it. He can wait but get it from somewhere else, right? Now, man number three is safety. Man number three genuinely likes you, right? He may want the box and hope for it, but also be like, you know what, whatever, it's cool. If she doesn't give it to me, I don't care. He'll be attentive to you during the link. He might be a little nervous or, just play it safe and be calm because he is really serious about how he feels about you. And he wanted to use this as an opportunity to get to know you and spend time with you and see if you're really someone he wants to be around with. You understand? Such an individual will probably wait for choosing signals from you before he does anything. If something is going to happen with, man number three, he's probably going to wait to see. You're probably going to have to be the one to initiate it. You understand? And who knows if women want this type of guy. So a quick confession here. I've read some books on women. I've studied, their patterns and traits. I've listened to podcast counselors, coaches. Honestly, I started doing this at age 13. So I was a little ahead of my peers. Some of them hated me for that because, I had, advanced knowledge. It's been over a decade since I started learning, certain things. Some of it by experience, of course. I had to go through it. And I'll be honest and say I still don't know what women want. I don't understand them. I have some theories, but they're just simply unpredictable human beings. And I think that, in all honesty, the earlier you know this as a man, the better for you. Because sometimes we think like we know these people, like we don't. And maybe I'm going to have to do a collab with, a female on this one because, my heart right now is saying one thing and my mind is telling me that it is not practical. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to keep it cool. But more times than, likely, I know that they've thought about whether you can get it before they see you. Like a woman will probably think about whether you can get the box before she sees you. And sometimes if they don't have an answer to that question, it'll depend on how the vibes of the night goes, how the vibes of the night are and what you do or say that will determine if she will give it to you. If they genuinely plan to give it to you and you mess it up really bad, you might never get it again. That's just how they are. You might never get it again. So that's woman number one, right? Woman number two, she wants to take it slow, right? Woman number two wants to build something with you, most likely. She doesn't want her relationship to be fueled by sexual intimacy in the very beginning. This type of girl is probably somewhat religious or on some awakening journey, spiritual journey, and is trying to be mindful. She may have had her fun in the past, but, she has decided or is trying to close that chapter right now. So you can either get with a program with her or she's going to drop you. She's like, you know what? I've had my fun. I don't need to do that anymore. And then there's girl number three who doesn't really care. It's whatever. You probably might get it. You probably might not get it. And she's just trying to see what you're about, what you do, how she can benefit, and if she can benefit without giving anything in exchange for it, she'll see. If she can't, she'll probably breadcrumb you. Maybe I have to talk about breadcrumbing, but she'll keep you around and you won't get anything in return, really. That's what breadcrumbing is, like a short explanation. And, by the time you do get something from her, she would probably, drain you out by then. So, just know for a fact that these kind of conversations are mainly centered towards like the first link, so there's always other parts and explanations to these kind of conversations. There's always more that we can unfold and discuss in conversations like this. And I'm always open to doing like a collab with anyone, maybe a counselor or someone who really understands, the female nature and stuff. But once again, my name is Edmund. I'm glad that you tuned into Impactainment Studios. If you didn't already, please like and subscribe to the channel.